what's up, y'all? It's Stray. This is my my monthly wrap up. This is for the month of January. Hope you all had a good holiday season and whatnot. This is one of those slow months where everybody's just kind of chilling after spending their money for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Christmas, and New Year's, and out and about doing stuff and getting people things and going places and traveling. And just people, I feel like this month business is a little slow. People are chilling out. I know I at least was definitely hibernating there for a little while. I also did go out to a TJC show, which was a ton of fun. And I definitely look forward to performing at some of their shows here in the future. But I mainly honestly was just playing 2K and watching One Piece and just working at my ice cream job because not a lot of people. I also am like an audio tech and crew member and light operator and whatnot at my other job for Fireside. And not a lot of people are doing school dances or like weddings and whatnot in January, especially during this crazy storm, which I was not expecting. I definitely was like making fun of people because they're acting like it's COVID again, going and buying all the milk and toilet paper and I'm like, oh, bro, it's going to snow. And then like a day or two later, it'll all go back to normal. It is still really bad out. I mean, it's like, it's getting a little bit better, but there's still like a ton of snow on the roads. Like my road by my house, literally like it's a 2-way road. It's just like basically turned into a 1.5 for like one way because of how much snow has built up. And then the way that people park now, you can't really get all the way over. So it's just like the road is just slowly getting closer and closer. But yeah, I went to the TJC show. Like that was right before the storm. I think on Friday, the storm was Sunday. I'm a little bit behind, okay? Usually these are going to be coming out like the end of the month, like the last day of the month. But I know that this is like right at the beginning of February. I just like was kind of hibernating. This whole like storm just kind of put me like in a slump. I don't know. And yeah, I just been pretty much, I mean, the show, that was lit. Look forward to going to more. All the performers are great. And I'm glad I got to meet some of y'all that like I know we follow each other on like Instagram and whatnot. But I don't feel like I've actually ever met some of y'all. And so that was cool to just like talk to some of y'all, kick it, see some of you perform and catch back up with some other people I haven't seen in a minute. It's always dope seeing you guys perform and definitely like look forward to doing a ton more features. I guess while I'm speaking about that, I am also going to be performing in Philadelphia and Baltimore and then back to Pittsburgh. Or I think it might be Baltimore, Philly, and then Pittsburgh. The 20th, 21st, and then 27th, I'm pretty sure. I'll also put those dates on the screen or in the description or something. I'll probably do both. I look forward to that. That's going to be with Pittsburgh Hendy. Again, sick-ass, dope-ass dude for doing these shows and whatnot and giving artists the opportunity. I'm also going to be out there with cartoons. We're going to be traveling and collabing together, making some art. So that's going to be sick. I feel like with us, we make art not just to entertain people, but to really like move the soul, or it's just like a reflection of your soul where you're just trying to like, you're just like more, I don't know, just like deeper. And I don't know, that's the type of music I like. I still think it's fun to get lit and party and like just move people and have a good time. But I think music should also be to like start a movement or to wake people up or to talk about something and just like sometimes be a little bit more introspective and things like that. And I look forward to the things that we got coming in the future and me and other artists and whatnot that I also want to reach out to and work with because again, you guys are super talented, and I think that we have a lot of things in common that we could really do something with our music, because that's what it's about. Yeah, then after the show, Sunday, that storm hit, and I got 2K, I think, and I've literally had 2K for like a week or something now, and I have like 50 plus hours on it, so I see now all the memes that they be putting on 2K, like 2K-aholics and shit. Yeah, bro, that shit definitely on my career. You just be straight grinded, bro. I'm almost at a 90 overall. It's just a ton of fun. Me and my homie Bates have been playing it. He's probably at like a 90 something by now. I gotta hop on there tonight and catch back up. And then typically I literally for the past week or so, I've just been like during the storm playing 2K. I'll do that and then make food. And then while I'm eating my food, I'll watch One Piece and then probably watch it a little bit even after I'm done eating. And that's just like been the cycle. But I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm still like deep thinking, and I'm aware of like what I'm doing and shit. And I've also still been slowing down on smoking and being more conscious about it, and just trying to break habits instead of just like habitually smoking, just being more conscious about it. And I always have been, but I just feel like it can be even better. So that is one thing that I have been doing. I don't remember if my last month if I was talking about that, but yeah, I don't think I was. Yeah, I totally stopped smoking for like a week or so, and then I hit somebody's Benjamin, and yeah, bro, that shit was like crazy, and it really just made me realize like, wow, yeah, I definitely need to slow down. Even just like that little break, and then going back and hitting it just makes you actually appreciate like the real effects of like, oh man, I started getting the munchies again. Yeah, and I was out at the bar or whatever with my one company that I work with, Fireside LLC. They had a holiday party, and I just felt a lot more social and just like comfortable. I think because weed makes you feel like you almost have like a friend there because it's like sort of chemically what it does. And I feel like just not having it in my system, and I don't know, it just made me feel like it was easier to socialize. And I always thought it was the opposite. But I think it's just because I was smoking for so long. But I think like taking breaks and then going back and smoking and socializing, it's like, yeah, it makes you more socially goofy and like whatnot. But whenever you're doing it every single day, you kind of lose like a lot of the positives. And yeah, I mean, end of the day, no addiction is good to have. And yes, and I think certain habits are good to have, but I don't think it's good to have habits with like things like that. Even if it's like any sort of small, like I don't know, you gotta fast from anything, even like food, even consuming certain meat, like why, like you're being on your phone all the time, eating certain food, or just like you have to take breaks with everything. Be balanced. Oh yeah, shout out to Fireside also for giving me this Rising Star of the Year consistent commitment to the fire. Yeah, this was tight, yo. They gave me this at the little holiday party, and yeah, it just makes me feel appreciated being with a company that actually like makes you feel seen compared to just working at some of these other jobs, and it's like the bosses just don't care, people just don't care. There's not like actually like it doesn't feel like there's opportunity to grow. But here I have just really felt like this is something that I love to do, and it's like actually fulfilling a part of my purpose and like helping me get closer to my goals, and that's amazing. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it, man. I told myself I was going to do this in 10th grade, graduate from the school that I graduated to, and did it, yeah. Did it, and we still going up. I feel like I'd be hop, skipping, and jumping around, and there was something. Oh yeah, watching One Piece. I don't want to like spoil for anybody. I feel like I finished Fishman Island, and then I finished the arc with Seizure. If those of you have been far enough know, you know what I'm talking about. He's like, I won't like ruin too much, but basically, eventually they go up on like they find this island where a person is doing experiments, and it's like some MK Ultra shit. That's all I'm gonna say. And then Fishman Island was on like some race shit and like slavery and whatnot. I don't want to spoil anything. And then I think I watched that in January. And then I got to, Doflamingo and like that whole island. And that's basically like, like some real like top government puppet string, like American shit, like, yeah, shit gets crazy, yo. One Piece is such like a dope show. I feel like it's hard to watch a show like that and not be like thinking deeply because like it's a very intentional show with everything that they do, and it's obviously like symbolizing real life things through anime, which is awesome because you can be super creative with anime, which is why I've always liked it. So that's pretty much what I've been doing during my hibernation of January. I also wanted to talk about, let's get juicy here for the last bit, and then that'll probably be it. Just I don't need these to be forever. It's just a little wrap up every month, and some might be longer than others. January was honestly just like it is what it is. February though, it'll be fun. I have like a ton of jobs here at the fireside coming up for a bunch of different events and whatnot, so I'll be looking forward to that. And then again, like I said before, I have some shows coming up. Those shows that I listed earlier will actually be in March, so that'll be like at the end of March. So the next few months here look pretty fun. January was just a little rest, but I do want to talk about, because I mean, like, bro, I also have songs and shit that like are on the same type of vibe, and I feel like with what's happening in the world right now, I definitely want to release some of these songs because it's just like, yeah, bro, the whole Epstein file shit and like that whole thing, like what they released like 3.5 million more pages, and it just feels like not enough people are talking about it, and that just goes to show that the system is working because they took so long to release certain things just so people would like that fire would kind of dwindle down and people would like sort of forget in a sense, and just like, oh, like here's the files, now go back to work. I think the biggest lie is calling it the Epstein files because it's not just about Epstein. It's literally like the system and how certain victims didn't get their voice out there, but how other people like elitists and whatnot are protected because of money, because money speaks louder, and they're just protected by, it's basically like, oh, should we let this be out there because that may hurt our reputation and we may not get as much sales. And I mean, Epstein literally had his own office in Harvard, and like it's how the system is meant to work. It's meant to work through paperwork and whatnot. Oppression doesn't have to be physical. It can be through paperwork and through the law. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the file, like people think like, oh, if it's bad enough, somebody would have stopped it because it was like such a huge thing. I think it's just the total opposite. It kind of proves the worse it is and the more expensive it becomes to tell the truth. And so you have all these people with money and influence that'll do anything that they can to hide the truth. That's why it shouldn't even be called the Epstein files. It's so much bigger than that. Like, it's not just about some billionaire who had some pedo ring and whatnot. Like, yeah, that's true. There was people that went to this island and did these weird things and whatnot. But it's literally about the system that controls our everyday lives, of who gets ignored by the police or who gets screwed by certain contracts or who's protected by this. And like it shows all that, and you start to see the patterns. You start to see like the things that they revealed. You start to see that in your everyday life. I think what we need to see here is that it's not getting worse. It's that the darkness is being seen. It's being in the light. And so it's like, it feels hard because all this dark now is like, before it felt like, oh, this was all happening. If you don't see it, it won't hurt you. But now that you see it, it's like, fuck, like this is dark. But it's like, nah, this has always been happening. And the dark just doesn't like to be seen. So they're acting crazy. They're trying to keep us distracted. And, hey, we got the Super Bowl next week and we got the Winter Olympics here. And we'll wait to release this like really long until now. And still like a bunch of things are obviously blacked out and whatnot. And, but hey, it's not getting worse. The darkness is just being seen, and it doesn't like to be seen, and that's why it's acting up. But I think that's why we need to talk about it, because they're moving extremely methodical. Everything they do is extremely intentional. Like, that's the way that the system works. They map it all out and shit. They know what to, like, yeah, I'm not even gonna, I could get in real deep into it if I wanted to, but I don't need to ruin my chances of, I don't know, being anything. The system is only going to keep existing if we continue to participate in it. Awareness is not the end goal, but it is the beginning of a process to breaking down the system. The more people that can be aware of it, then we can devise a plan to bring it down so that people cannot oppress us with it, because the system is obviously not meant for the good of humanity, as we can see. I mean, so stop participating in it. Don't let yourself be enslaved, and think freely. I love y'all. Stay safe during the storm. And I hope you guys, again, had a good holiday and everything, and are having a good month so far. In February, I guess this is like the end of January, so all holidays are done. But you guys ready to get back into it? I'm excited for spring and everything, and I'm also excited for all these shows and whatnot. Can't wait. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to end it with the juicy stuff. I think I covered everything else, honestly. Yeah, y'all can always hit up my contacts and whatnot if you want to collaborate. I've been trying to do a lot more engineering as well. That's definitely like a big thing that I've been really trying to like harp into, is just engineering, because that's what I went to school for. I know a lot about it. I literally have taken like a singular sine wave and have made like a chord with it, have made a hi-hat with it. Like, I understand manipulating sound, and like, yeah, so if you need somebody, I'm your guy. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Straight.